Hey, Coach. Both Serge and Sofo got some quality minutes in the attack last week. Maybe not super sharp in finishing, which would have obviously helped against New England, to say the least. How important is it to get meaningful minutes for these players that are often coming off the bench in order to get them into a good rhythm?
Yeah, it's very important that all these injury players, that they are coming back and to get a rhythm as quick as possible. And they collected last week some minutes, which is very important, especially for Serge after this long-term injury, to come in the rhythm. And both of them did it very well in New England. Serge the whole second half. Sofo then, I would say it was after 60-65 minutes when he came in. So yeah, it's good to come in the rhythm and then hopefully to be ready then to be a good option for us on Saturday.
George?
Coach, I want to ask you about Chopo. I asked you
About Chopo?
I asked you a couple weeks ago about the workload on these guys, and he hasn't stopped. You know, he's been going from beginning to end every game, and he's been, I think, one of the better players on the team. Can you just speak a little bit about what you're seeing from him on that side of things?
Yeah, I would say he's a top player in our team, one of the top players in our team, and yeah, it's very important. It's very important that he is physically in a top spot, and his work rate every match day is he has high numbers. That's very important for us, and especially then on top with his quality with the ball. So he did it very well in the past, and especially in all training session outside in our facility, which is very important. We want to play very physical, and then we need all these guys in a top spot.
Mark?
Let's talk about Chicago. You've had two opponents these last 2 weeks that may be not in a fantastic place, in fantastic form when you were taking them on. Chicago is in wonderful form, right?
Wonderful!
Unbeaten in 5, scoring goals. Talk to us about the unique challenges that Chicago places on you.
It's a good team. It's a great team, and a very good head coach, Greg. So yeah, and you can see his philosophy in the first games in our regular season. So it's a very good opponent for us, but the main focus is what we need, the quality and our behavior on the field. And so the structure, I would say, is clear what Chicago is playing. They played 4-3-3, and so very, very aggressive in their pressing behavior, clear structure in their defense behavior, and also in the offense, how they built up, and also in the final third, good moments. But at the end, yeah, we have to look what our principles are, what we need, and this is the main focus for sure then for Saturday, for our performance, to bring our quality on the field.
George?
Speaking of what you're looking for, or the qualities that you have in the team, what do you need to see more of from your guys? Last week I thought that they had sports of amazing moments. They just couldn't put it all together all at once.
Yeah, so when we are looking to our picture from the whole season, I would say the first 5 games was most of the time was very well. Some phases in the game in the first 5 games was not so good, but the big picture, the first 5 games was very well. We have seen our identity, we have seen our style of play, and this is what we missed, especially in the first half in New England. This is what we analyzed very clear, very open with our guys, and what we practice as well on the field, and and now we have to show our face, our real face. That's clear, and I don't want to talk now about the reaction of New England. No, it's more now that we have the responsibility to show our quality. So, and we can have this confidence, to be honest, because we showed this in the season as well. We showed this so many times the last season. And now it's on Saturday, next home game. That's the next challenge for us. It's a good team, what Mark said, very good team. So, and now we have to be ready. That's the target. This is the target for us. This is the target for me to find the right answers as a head coach for the whole coaching staff. And this is our responsibility. And then I'm pretty sure that we are able to play with our quality on Saturday.
Mark?
Can you talk about Cam Harper and how he's coming along, and when do you think we'll see him available for selection?
Yeah, we will see. It's good that he can join our team training session, but at the end we have to look and also for the individual players, this big picture, to look what makes sense, that they are coming directly for starting lineup or directly on the bench, because it's a long season, especially when we are looking to our month in May,
Yeah.
when we have 9 games. So this is what we have to think about as well. Not only to think, okay, now on Saturday, that's for us the most important day in this week, but when we are looking to all these guys, when they are coming back from the injury, this is then also what we have to decide, okay, when is the best moment to be ready for the game.
Okay, we'll move over to Zoom. We'll start with Anthony.
Hey, Coach. Sorry, I couldn't
Hello.
be there in person today. You mentioned that you were not pleased with the team's performance in New England. In training this week, did you see motivation? Did you see them respond to what you said after that game?
Yeah, of course. And I know our guys, I know our mentality, and we were angry about that, about the game on last Saturday, but now it's Thursday, 2 days before the next game, and now it's clear, and the training session was very well, but I said this so many times, it's good to have a good preparation for the next game, and now we have to look for Saturday against Chicago and to show this on the field, to be very aggressive, to be very compact, and the mentality, and also in New England the mentality is great from the guys, but what we have to do is when we attack or when we defend, we have to do that all together, and this was the main part what we missed last week against New England. But now it was one game. Everyone knows here in this room and also in this chat what happened last season in New England. It was a little bit similar, to be honest. And but now, yeah, we have to show, that's clear, our identity, our philosophy, which we have seen the first 5 games as well in this season.
Daniel Rebane.
How you doing, Sandro? Victor Bogot started for the second team, scored a goal as well against NYC2. Just talk about if you saw anything in his game on Sunday that could give you any confidence going forward and giving him more minutes with the first team.
Yeah, I can give the same answer to the question with Cam Harper. This is then also what we have to decide, when is the right moment to give him more minutes, to give him then to be directly an option in the starting lineup. This is what we have to decide after his injury, but it is good what we have seen of him in the last game against NYCFC, the second team. He scored. That's every time it's important for the strikers when they have numbers, and he scored. And and now we have to look, and it's good to bring him in our rhythm, in our load, in every training session, in our intensity. That's important. And now we have to look for Saturday, if he's playing or is he coming from the bench. This is what we have to decide on Saturday, guys.
Boss.
How's it going, Coach? Best of luck this Saturday. Just wanted to ask you a little bit of, to add on to what Daniel was saying. It has to do with the second team and the importance of having guys like Julian Hall and Rico Volgats get those minutes to try to gain a familiarity with each other before they make that jump to the first team, whenever they're called upon. So can you maybe talk about that derby match that they won on Sunday, as well as one last thing? It has to do with some of the criticism of your side has been that they tend to play down to their opponents. What can you say to everyone when it comes to that aspect of your team side? Because when it comes to playing the more talent-laden teams in the league, you guys are up for it. So can you just maybe expand on that?
So yeah, it's first of all, it's important when they don't play in the first team to get minutes for the second team, and we have a very good connection to the second team, to the whole academy, which is important, and this is our philosophy, especially for these young players. When they don't get these minutes, then to give him the opportunity and the chance to come in the rhythm with the second team. And I don't want to talk now about the performance of the second team, because this is Ibra's job. The only thing what I can talk is about the players individual, especially then from Jules. Second half was better than the first half, and he scored, and he had the assists. And it is at the end, if you are playing with under 16, under 18 with the second team, it's always important to win the derby, and they won. That's good for the second team, for Ibra, for his team, for our club. And and especially at the beginning of the season, when some guys are injured, then to collect these minutes, to get these minutes, to come in the rhythm is very, very important. And especially when we are playing on Saturday and then on Sunday is the game for the second team, I think it's a good opportunity then to give him these match minutes.
All right, we'll move over to Christian Ortiz.
Hi, good afternoon, Coach.
Good afternoon.
I wanted to ask you about the structure of the team. We saw two different halves. We're back three at the first half. Second half, we're back four. Just talk to us. What can we expect probably for this Saturday?
Come on, what can I say now? What can I say now? It's press conference. I'm pretty sure Greg will also look to this press conference. But you analyzed, what I can say, you analyzed very well. It was two different structures, what we played the last game. Yeah, but at the end, when I only watched to this game, to the last game against UNI, it's not, to be honest, it's not a topic of which structure we played or something like that. But what we can say for sure is the structure maybe with 3 center backs has some advantages compared to when we are playing with 4, with the back 4. But on the other side, back 4, they have some advantages. But we will see. What I can say, we will start with 11 players. Hopefully, we end also with 11 players. And but yeah, we played both structures the last game. But for me, the last game was not the topic of okay, which structure now is better to play. We have seen very good games in our back 4. We have seen a lot of good games with our 3 center backs. It's more the behavior and our principles in this structure. So that's clear. And what I said, we are playing 11 against 11 at the beginning, and then we will see which structure it will be.
Last question for Coach, if we have one. I don't know if that's a hand boss or... No? Alrighty. Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you.